What are the KKK mad? Like, how dare he appropriate our culture?
I don't know. I'd say I'm reasonable.
Okay, that's completely unreasonable.
I'm reasonable.
I'm unreasonable.
You have no idea just how reasonable I have been.
Reasonable synonyms are sensible, rational, practical, fair, appropriate.
Fitting, suitable, logical.
All things I would definitely say describe me.
Do they describe you?
Welcome to I'm Reasonable with Zainab Johnson.
I'm reasonable.
Oh, yes, she is. 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 On a scale from Los Angeles, California to New York, how reasonable have you been? Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of I'm Reasonable with Zainab Johnson. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you guys have had a very reasonable week so far. Thus far. If you were looking for the weekend live this past Sunday, it was Ramadan. It was Ramadan. It was not Ramadan. I mean, it was Ramadan, but it was the Eid. It was the Eid. I be saying it. I be going back and forth. I grew up saying Eid, but really the proper pronunciation is Eid. But yeah, it was observed for 2 days because like it's about the like sighting of the crescent moon, and it was like in Saudi Arabia they sighted it, so then people thought it was like Sunday, but then people in America was like, no, we don't live in Saudi Arabia, it's on Monday. And so anywho, I went to the masjid both days, on Sunday and Monday, and so yeah, Sunday I just observed as like a holiday for me, and I ain't feel like working on a holiday. So Eid Mubarak to any of my Muslims that are tuning in, and everybody else, hey. Okay, so this week on I'm Reasonable, I ain't talking about Trump no more. We're going to get into it. I'm not talking about Trump no more. And in the main topics, did y'all see that Kanye West interview where he had on the black KKK outfit? We're going to talk about that. And I think that's it. Oh, we do have an Ask Z. And in that Ask Z, we are going to talk about weight loss medication. I believe the Ask Z is about. But before we do any and all of that, let's talk about where you guys can see me, right? Okay, so oh my God, this Friday I'll be in New York, April 4th. I'm so excited. If you got your New York City tickets, it's sold out. So I hope you got your New York City tickets. I will see you there. I'm so excited. Really looking forward to it. Then April 11th and 12th, I will be in Toronto, Canada. May 2nd through the 4th, I will be in Arlington, Texas. May 16th and 17th, I will be in Stamford, Connecticut. May 18th, I will be in Boston, Massachusetts. May 30th, Atlanta, Georgia. I see those Atlanta tickets are selling. Ooh, Atlanta. And June 5th, I will be in St. Louis, Missouri. June 6th through the 8th, Kansas City, Missouri. June 13th and 14th, San Francisco, California. June 19th through the 21st, Baltimore, Maryland. June 27th and 28th, Tampa, Florida. July 25th and 26th, Dayton, Kentucky, which is the Cincinnati area. So, September 5th and 6th, Seattle, Washington. September 26th and 27th, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. October 10th and 11th. October 10th and October 11th, Cleveland, Ohio. October 17th through the 19th, West Nyack, New York. November 21st and the 22nd, Detroit, Michigan. December 5th through the 7th, Addison, Texas. I believe that a Portland, Oregon date is being added. Like I said, I'm still working on Miami. I'm still working on Oakland. I'm still working on Sacramento. They did send me some Oakland and Sacramento dates, but they didn't work. So just know we are working on that. Some people ask me about Columbus. Did we do something wrong? No, of course not. That, like, if I don't want to come to a city, I'll tell you guys, like, ain't nothing there for me. You know, even if I don't have a great turnout in that city, that doesn't mean that I don't want to come back to the city. Like I had like a low turnout in Lexington, Kentucky, I think, which didn't surprise me at all. But I had a really good time in Lexington, Kentucky. And I also, for the first time in my life, really fell in love with like horses. I was like, oh, I got to get me a ranch. Because it was so beautiful. Anywho. Yeah, so just know that I am working on it. All the people that are like, when you going to come to London? First of all, I was just in London. I just did 9 sold out shows in London. So you missed me. So you got to say when you coming back to London. That's what you got to say. And if you new here, then you need to find watch a couple of episodes and figure out how to talk to me. Because are you ever going to come to London? You're late, sir. You're late to the party. Welcome. But you are late, and so you're playing catch up. I am coming to Europe. I do have international dates that are kind of like in the July, August, September area, and they will be announced. As soon as they can be announced, they will be announced, you guys. I appreciate the enthusiasm. I appreciate the support. I love you guys. I love you for staying in tune with what I'm doing and wanting to see me live. But talk to me nice. Even if it's through text. I'm getting my hair done today. Okay, this is not What's Up with Z. But let's get into it. What's up with Z? Yeah, this hair. I'm getting my hair done today. I'm getting my hair done today. I can't. To be honest with you, if I wasn't about to go traveling, I would actually leave these braids in for like a good another week. If I was just about to be home, I would definitely leave these braids in for a good another week. But yes, but she's eating again. It's been 2 days. Okay, so what is up with Z? I said Eid Mubarak already, right? I's eating now. That sounds like Color Purple. I's married now. I said I's married now. The father was like, I've already disowned you. I don't care what you're talking about. I don't care if you married. You've been a Jezebel and a floozy and a lounge singer for the past 15 years. And now you talk about you married to this man that I don't know and did not come to me to ask me for my permission to marry you. You think I care? You running past these nice white picket fences. Talk about you's married now. I don't know you. You not my daughter no more. You ain't been my daughter for so long. Color Purple was toxic. Color Purple was that was a toxic movie. How you not letting her get her mail? How you saying that's my mailbox? Don't ever touch my mailbox. I know my mailbox. I know when it's been messed with. That is a 13-year-old girl, sir, and you are like 40-something. I don't know how old you are, but like Danny Glover, old. I don't know. I only ever known him like older. You get what I'm saying? Not as old as he is today, but I don't know. He just seemed like he was not a day younger than 40 years old in Color Purple, but maybe he was. But it's like, either way, we calling you Mr., so you older. And Celie is 13 years old. How did we get on Color Purple? I don't know. Celie is 13 years old, so the fact that you're not even letting her get mail from her sister, who is 12 or 14? Like, I can't remember if Nettie was older or younger. I just know Nettie was like supposed to be prettier. Anywho, that's where they messed up in the new Color Purple, in my opinion. The original Color Purple, as much as it was very clear that Nettie had got preferential treatment in terms of Nettie and Celie, as much as it was like clear, like she's the more attractive sister, she was still very dark. They were both dark-skinned girls. But some about our minds today, people always got to go into, well, if she's prettier, she must be more, her skin must be fairer. Have you not seen the model Anoki? Oh my, y'all know who I'm talking about? This girl, she's somebody I would love to follow, but I can't even follow her because I be getting so caught up in her beauty. I be like, anytime she come across my timeline, no lie, you guys, I be like, this can't even be fair. This, I'm like in a trance when I'm looking at her. This can't even be. And part of the beauty is how dark her skin is. Anyway, whatever. I'm on a tangent. I'm not talking about Trump anymore. First of all, Black women was supposed to sit down. November 7th, we had got a memo that we wasn't doing nothing no more. November 7th, actually. And I wasn't paying attention. I was paying attention, but I still decided but no, this is crazy, right? And let me talk to the people. But I should, no. It was established November 7th. When was the election? November 5th. It was established November 6th. The Black women were going to have several seats. We were officially going on sabbatical. We were officially taking a 4-year vacation. And the way he talking, officially taking an 8-year, possibly 12-year, possibly forever. As long as there ain't going to be no democracy, we on vacation. We're sipping Virgin Mai Tais on a beautiful island as the waves brush up against the shore. And we're at the all-you-can-eat buffet. That's not a vacation I'm going on. I hate a buffet. And I hate a all-you-can-eat because if it's all-you-can-eat, in my opinion, that means the food is not going to be good. When I be at them type of resorts, let me tell you, the only meal I eat at the resort is the breakfast. And the only thing I eat is the fruit. I be having plates and plates of fruit. And sometimes they be trying to be stingy. And I be looking at them like, yes, 4 more pieces of watermelon. I want the ripe red watermelon with the seeds. Yeah. And give me that yellow and that orange. Yes. And give me four dragon fruits, 9 kiwis, the whole tray of grapes. You got more in the bag. Bring them out. This is all you can eat, right? I'm not about to eat none of the muffins. I'm not about to eat none of that. All that meat you got on the table, I'm not about to eat none of it. That big old pig you got over there, I'm not about to do that. Them chickens that you got over there, them ribs that you got over there, I'm not about to eat none of that. This is where I got to get my money's worth. I'm so sorry, lady. So can you pass me 9 pineapples, please? Oh, that just reminds me about them little baby pineapples I had in Thailand. Let me tell you something. Here's why I'm saying I'm not talking about Trump no more. So my younger brother called me yesterday. Matter of fact, one of my younger brothers, because I'm saying my younger brother like I only got one, right? One of my younger brothers hit the group chat yesterday and was like, hey, did you speak to our other younger brother? I've been calling him for a day now and he hasn't returned my call, and that's unlike him. And so I immediately called the other brother. It goes straight to voicemail. Then I see another text in the group chat. Everybody's saying, okay, his calls is going straight to voicemail. And I'm like, well, he's probably fine. Maybe his phone died, And so it's like, okay, yeah, you're right. Then some hours pass and that same younger brother hit the group chat again. Anybody heard from him yet? This is not like him. Like I talked to him so many times during the day. And so then I call again. I'm like, yeah, what you normally, because this, you know what I'm saying? I'm close to all of my siblings, but certain of us have specific behavior. This younger brother whose phone was going straight to voicemail, it's like, no, he gonna call me back quick. I'm gonna call him back quick. Even if I don't talk to him for weeks, I'm calling him back quick. He gonna be the first call on my birthday. He gonna be the very first call on my birthday. I'm going to be the first call on his birthday. It's just, that's just what it is, right? So I'm calling. And so then I hit the other little brother separate from the group chat. Because it's like everybody in the group chat, I don't know. I ain't trying to alarm my mom, whatever, right? And so I hit my other little brother who first hit the group chat. I hit him and was like, hey, what did y'all talk about? The last time y'all spoke, what was the details of the conversation? And is there a reason that you're alarmed? You know what I'm saying? Is there a reason? Let me know if I got to jump into action, right? And so he was like, No. This is what I said specifically. I said, is there a reason that you are worried? And he was like, no, it's just that this is unlike him. I was like, well, I mean, you know, he like this little brother is resilient. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you, if anything happened, he ain't going down without a fight. Okay? Anywho, I was like, he was like, I'm not worried. It's just that, you know, I'm not sure, like, you know, maybe his phone is dead, but then also, you know, like, could he possibly be locked up? And I was like, then it hit me. And this is like, I'm being funny, but it was also a very real thought. I said, what you mean locked up? Like, you think he got deported? And my brother just bust out laughing. He was like, I don't even know. And so here's the thing. This brother, and a lot of my brothers, but this brother in particular, he got one of them names. And he looked like a real dark Arab. He really do. He looked like a dark Arab or a Ethiopian or you know what I'm saying? He looked like he in that northern East Africa he looked like he one of them dark people from them northern East African regions. That's what he looked like. And then my younger brother who I was talking to, he said, I think he probably good because you know his last name is Johnson. That reminded me of my joke. If you've watched my special Hijabs Off, I say the joke. I say when I go through airport security, they look at my passport and they be like, Zainab, should we stop her? Johnson? She probably just going to Atlanta, which I am on May 30th, right? I am on May 30th. Anywho, long story short, I text because I'm like, I keep calling him, but let me text him, right? Just so whenever this phone get back on, and then I'm one of these people, right? I be thinking like, if you in trouble, how much information I want to send to, how much information do I want to give to the person that maybe you in trouble with, right? So when I was texting him, I was like, and here's the thing, you guys, I have no reason to believe that my brother is in trouble, but we just, you know, we grew up a certain way in a certain hood. It don't never leave you. You know, so as much as I am just always living in gratitude for all of the blessings that I am experiencing in my life, and, you know, the things that I'm proud of and the changes that I've made, still in me is our Brooklyn, Harlem experience that is very specific. Anywho, so as much as I ain't got no reason to think my brother's in trouble, just in case, you know what I'm saying? We put in a plan. So I'm like, when I'm texting his phone, I'm like, well, what do I say to him without giving away any information, just in case the person who sees the text ain't my brother, right? Anyway, I text him. He called me back immediately. When I text him. He was like, Zainab, and I was like, you got the group chat concerned. Like, where are you and why is your phone up? He was like, yo, I lost my phone. And I'm like, what? He was like, yo, I lost my phone. And I'm like, oh, I was like, that's what I figured. I figure your phone died or you lost it. But I'm going to be honest with you. The group chat was like getting concerned. Too much time was passing, right? And of course, my brother had the same sentiment that I be having when people be looking for me. Like, I love the fact that you're looking. I love the fact that you're not letting time go by when you notice a change in my behavior and you're like, hold up, something's wrong, right? So, y'all like, girl, what this got to do with Trump? Shut up, I'm going to get there. So, so then my brother goes into like, yo, why y'all ain't tell me? He's so funny. Why y'all ain't tell me with the iPhone, I got to get like the iPad and the Apple computer and the what? I said, you don't have to have none of that. He said, yes, you do. If you lose your phone, so then that way everything else go to the computer. And I said, I mean, yes, it makes it more convenient, but you do not have to do that. So then he started flipping about how my mom let go of her landline. He was like, yeah, I ain't call. He was like, yeah, I lost my phone. I ain't call nobody because I don't know nobody's number. You know, I said, well, how did you call me? He was like, you know, yours is like, because I had my number for so long. He's like, I mean, I know your number. I know Umi's house phone. Umi is not my mother's name. I think I talked to y'all about this in a previous episode. Umi is mother in Arabic. He was like, you know, I know Umi's number, but she don't even got the house phone no more. So now the group chat going crazy on my mom. Like, you got to get the house phone back in case of an emergency. Blah. Then I'm in a group chat like, this is a good time to just take a moment and try to memorize. Because we do live in a day and age where nobody's memorizing numbers no more, right? We're not even looking at numbers no more. And so I'm like, yo, sometimes I don't even know how you saved under my phone. Like, what name you saved under. I was looking for a person's name in my phone the other day. I couldn't even remember their name. I was like, I don't know how to find this. I started looking through, like, what could we have possibly texted about? I was putting in keywords. This is awful. So I'm in a group chat like, okay, y'all, let's take a moment and try to memorize at least 3 people's numbers. Even me, I don't know if I told y'all this, but like last summer, I think, I had one of my brothers was visiting me, and I left my phone in the charging port of the car, and he had dropped me off for an audition that I had, right? And so I left my number like in the charging port of the car. Soon as I got out the car, I realized, oh no, I don't have my phone, right? My little brother, the moment he get in the driver's seat, he attached his phone to the thing. He got the music blasting. So as much as the car is driving off, and I know I'm yelling my brother's name. I'm running after the car, but he don't hear me. He in his own. So I saw this lovely guy on not on Instagram. I saw him on, he was supposed to Instagram me. Anyway, whatever. I saw this guy. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Can I please use your phone? And I know he was like, is this a scam? Is she trying to pick me? Is she just? And I was like, I know this seems weird, but this is what happened. Can I please use your phone and try to call? Now, here's the thing. I couldn't even call my brother. I tried to call my phone. I know my phone number, but my phone ain't even hooked up to the vehicle no more because my brother got his phone hooked up to the Bluetooth, right? My phone is always on silent, so he ain't hearing it ring. And I don't know his number by heart, so I can't even call him. And so I called my sister. I know my older sister's number by heart. So I called my sister and I was like, hey, but I'm lucky she picked up because it was a number that she didn't even recognize. So as soon as she picked up, I had to make her know it wasn't a scam. I was like, hey, it's me, blah, 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 blah. This is why it's me. This is not a scam. This is what happened, blah, 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 right? And so my sister was like, okay, because that's just who she is. And she probably got scammed before. And she was like, okay, so I was like, I don't have time for this. I need you to do this. And she was like, okay. Okay. So then my sister calls my brother on 3-way, right? On like she merged the calls. And my brother picks up his phone immediately and I start talking. I'm like, yo, I left my phone in the car. He was like, I guess he looked down into it and like on the charge like pad. And he was like, oh shoot, I'm coming back. I was like, okay. I was like, how far? He was like, no, I'm not that far. I'm coming back now. Here's why I'm not talking about Trump. Because I was making a joke about this with my managers like a week ago because I do know that I have international dates scheduled coming up, although they haven't been announced yet. And I was like, hey, y'all, so they deporting everybody. They saying that they're deporting criminals and gang members and sex traffickers and predators and pedophiles. That's what they saying they doing. But I am hearing like legit stories every single day of people being deported that should not be deported. And there's like 2 things, right? There's 2 things. There's like the stories about all of the green card holders and student visa holders that are being targeted because they are speaking out against issues, mainly pro-Palestinian issues, right? They are speaking out about that on college campuses. And so they are being targeted, right? And the question is like, oh, is it legal? Is it, if they have a green card, if they have a visa, how can they? Well, because they're not citizens, and not that I agree with this, but I have been doing some deep dives trying to understand. First of all, one thing we got to understand is this administration ain't doing things on the up and up. They not getting caught in like red tape. They not getting caught in like, oh, this is how it. No. They taking a bazooka. They taking a AR-15 to the whole entire setup. Okay. I don't know if this video gonna be flagged for me to talk about. These arms they look too buff on camera. Let me stop before y'all be like, yeah. Anywho, so they not even moving on the up and up. But I was looking like, is this leak? Like, how is this possible that they are? I understand. I don't understand. Like, I don't want to say like I sympathize with it, but like, it's not hard for me to intellectually get how a person is targeted, right? That happens every single day. But how it can like hold even in like a court of law is what I was trying to look at. And basically, as a green card, until you got citizenship, you ain't really got no rights. All of that, my First Amendment, my freedom of speech, all of that, my right to protest, all of that stuff, like you actually don't even got that. If you want a visa, if you want now, is it dead wrong for you to be penalized for speaking up for something? Is it dead wrong, even whatever your status is? Absolutely, that's dead wrong. For you to be pulled out of your university, like it's dead wrong, right? But you don't really got no rights. You don't really got no rights. You ain't really got no rights. You don't got no rights until you are actually a citizen. And even then, somebody could argue, but do we really have rights if we ain't no straight white guy? If we ain't no straight white, well-to-do white guy, straight white, wealthy guy. Do you really have like, anywho. So I was talking to my managers. I was like, well, I be talking about he in love with Elon and that's his boyfriend and only he, you know what I'm saying? He be saying stupid stuff and I be saying all of that on my podcast. And I just want to make sure when I leave the country, am I going to be able to get back in? Because they targeting people, and my managers, they didn't even really know how to respond. They was like, well, we could get travel insurance. I said, girl, what? I ain't talking about missing the flight. I'm talking about getting on the flight, and when it's time for me to get off the flight, they say, this not your country no more. And now I'm Tom Hanks in the airport taking a shower in the bathroom. How long is the Delta Lounge going to let me stay there if I can't leave the airport? I don't even think the Delta Lounges is 24 hours. So travel insurance ain't, do they got illegal deportation insurance is what I'm asking. And it became very real to me. Like all of that, you know how I tell y'all, like, it's so funny when I watch like Americans when we're in like different countries and we get like detained or we get like, like caught up in anything legal. And we like, I want to speak to my lawyer. I want to do this. And it's like, this is not like your country. You don't have the same rights. And I'm feeling like here we're watching every day things change. They don't make sense. They ain't right. And we could say they ain't right and they not making sense, but still it's happening. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to shut up. And I know y'all probably like, no, Zainab, don't shut up. Like, we need people to speak out. We need people to talk about these things. We need people to bring awareness. But unless y'all going to ride for me the way Brittany Griner's wife was riding for her when she was caught up in Russia, unless y'all, no. Because y'all be having an issue with me saying hit the like button. So I know y'all not about to come get me out of no detainment center. So I'm probably lying though. That sounds like Cardi B. You know how Cardi B be like that. But I'm probably not gonna do that though. What y'all think? Do you think it is a reasonable choice for me to be like, you know what? No more Trump. And I know it's one of y'all. I saw your comment, girl. I saw you. She was like, girl, I cannot hear another thing about Trump. But I just love you so much. And I'm going to keep listening. Maybe I'm going to fast forward through. So, girl, maybe this is your lucky day. Maybe your prayers have been answered by way of me being afraid to be illegally detained and put in a prison. How you not even going to put me in a prison in my country? In a language that how you sending me to Venezuela? I'm Iranian. I'm not. This is just an example. How you sending me to I don't speak a lick of Espanol. How you sending me to Venezuela? I am from Let's get into the main topic. The main topic is easy. Did y'all see this Kanye West interview where he is wearing the black leather KKK outfit? Did you see it? Yeah, I saw it. Did I watch it? Yeah, I watched it. Why, you ask? Because it's provocative. It gets the people going. Actually, curiosity mostly. Also, I would like to say after watching it that is an impractical ass outfit. That is an impractical ass outfit. You can't put leather on your face. You can't put leather on your face like that. You put leather on your face like that, you got to have a safe word. He was doing that interview with DJ Akademiks and he was breathing. So he was breathing like he had a deviated septum. I'm like, it's the leather, Yeezy. It's the leather, yay. It's the leather. There's a reason why those racist housewives made the KKK outfits from white cotton. One, it's easy to see white at night, which is the time that they would do their stuff. But also cotton, the fabric of our lives, is very breathable. Leather ain't breathable. Okay, I watched the interview. Let's talk about it. So, like every Kanye interview, because we gonna watch a little bit. I just want to watch the beginning of it with y'all and then kind of talk about it. But let me just say, I watched the whole thing. I'm not gonna do that to y'all. I was thinking about it. I was like, maybe I'll just do I'm Reasonable and we just watch the whole thing. We just watched the whole thing together, but not together because it would just be me and then y'all would, you know what I'm saying? Y'all would watch it by way of me. But then I'm like, no, I ain't even gonna do that to them. I ain't even gonna do that to me because I watched it once. Now I gotta watch it twice. No. So we're gonna watch a little bit of it, a tiny bit of it, but just an overall assessment, right? Like every Kanye interview, for me, he says things that make sense. Kanye says things that make sense, even if you don't want to hear it, even if he doesn't say it the way you want him to say it, even if how he says it is the wrong way to say it, even if you don't want to hear it, even if you are not a fan of his. What he's saying is not untrue. But where Kanye loses me all the time is his God complex. That's where he gonna lose me every time. It don't matter. It's like, you know how they say like, oh, a broken clock is right twice a day. Sure, but them 10 other hours, them 10 other time slots, not 10 other hours, it's really 22 other hours. Them 10 other time slots, or 11 other time slots, right? Them 11 other hands on the clock. He gonna lose me every single time with the God complex. I can't take it. And a Sunday service ain't gonna get me back. Like I just can't take his, I don't want to call it a lack of humility because I don't mind that. I prefer humility, right? But I know that a lack of humility is Kanye West's brand, right? And so I don't really mind that because I know like that's essentially like his shtick, right? But it becomes overtly obvious that this is all self-serving. And because it's self-serving, it's very hard to get on board with it. It's like, yeah, what you saying is not true. And I can recognize in a moment where you're speaking about an issue that is an issue for everybody. I can recognize in a moment when you are speaking on an issue that is something that we really should talk about, right? And we should really talk about like inequality and we really should question why certain practices and certain people are able to be what they are and do what they do. These are conversations that should be open and explored. However, because it becomes so painfully obvious that this is really not an issue for the betterment of everybody, but really just for you, it's so hard to get on board with. It's so hard to get on board with. So DJ Akademiks, who I know nothing about. I have heard things about DJ Akademiks, like, you know, he is topic of conversation in blogs and people like him and don't like him. And I think the last thing that I maybe heard about him was he was like maybe streaming or twitching live and maybe had like an inappropriate conversation with like a minor or something like that. Which from the clips that I heard were like, yeah, problematic. But obviously did not stay in the news feed or change anything, you know. But for the most part, I am unfamiliar with him. I don't even know what he does, to be very honest with you. And I don't say that like trying to throw a shot at all. Like, his name is DJ Akademiks, so maybe he's a DJ. Like maybe he like started out spinning records. But he did an interview with Kanye West. That's what I watched. And he streams. So maybe he's like an online personality that also DJs, but also does interviews with music guests. But maybe he does interviews with guests that are beyond me. I have no idea. I'm only saying that to so that you guys know I went into this interview with no opinion. I'm like a blank slate. I obviously have opinions about Kanye. And if I have not said this already, while I'm not a subscriber of Kanye today, College Dropout is one of my favorite rap albums of all time. It's one of my absolute favorites. And I also love My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I think it is one of Kanye's best it's a hip hop album that I can always listen to, like, you know. So anywho, so DJ Akademiks did an interview with Kanye, and nobody's really talking about what he said in the interview. Like I think one sound bite came from it where he said that he regretted having children with Kim Kardashian. Two months into marrying her, he didn't say he regretted. Let me say it the correct way. He said that 2 months into marrying her, he did not want to have children with her, but that wasn't God's plan.
I didn't want to have children with this person after the first 2 months of being with her. But that wasn't God's plan.
And so that's like a lot of people were like, come on, don't say, like, these are things that your children are going to hear, like, don't, whatever, right? And then he goes on in the interview and he talks about how, like, North, which is the oldest child, he talks about how she ride for him. He even talks about, like, Playboy Cardi wanted North on He says it over and over and over in the interview that his problem with Cardi was like, oh, now you like everybody could be against me, you could speak out against me, and you doing it because they you know, I know you. He's talking about a lot of people. Oh, you only going against me publicly. He talks about like everybody, like John Legend, like a lot of people he worked with. He's like, or a lot of people who he feels like he's responsible for their success. He was like, you going publicly against me because and I understand it because they threatening to cancel your tour. They threatening to, you know what I'm saying? They threatening to take money out your pocket. They threatening to do this. He was like, but you know, Cardi, you talking about skims in your music, and you talking about my daughter. You mentioning my daughter's name, and it's like, no, and this is my daughter. And then he says something like, North, and it's kind of interesting to like the way he says it. Not interesting. It's kind of funny the way he says it. Like North said, "I'm riding with you, whatever you do." Because it's like I think she like 10 or something, right? It's just funny for me to imagine like a 10-year-old like whatever you doing, Daddy, I'm doing. Like I get the sentiment of it, but it's just the words, whatever. The thing that most people were talking about, which is by design, this is the only reason why Kanye did it, is the fact that he's in this black KKK outfit. Now, I will admit that it didn't do nothing to me. I'll be very honest with you, I'm more concerned with Elon Musk doing a Nazi salute than Kanye putting on a black leather KKK outfit. I'm more concerned with one versus the other, me. Because I know that one person truly means that. One person is really trying to push that agenda. One person has the means to really make this a dark time in history. And then Kanye, it's like you are just being provocative. You are just wanting attention. You are just, you know what I'm saying? You just want people to talk about you, you know? But I don't believe that like all the things that the Ku Klux Klan represents, I know that is not what Kanye, and whatever you want to call him, in his brainwashing, in his delusion, in his God complex, in his hypocrisy, in his jealousy, in his right mind, in his bipolar episode, whatever you want to call it, I know that Kanye West does not align with what the KKK represents. In the interview, though, I like how he said, and that white woman, he ain't even called Kim by her name. He said, and that white woman has my black children. It's like, Kanye, we've been trying to tell you that. But this is why, since November 6th, black women got to just go on vacation and stay hydrated. Because we've been trying to tell you that. But now you like, because it's self-serving. Now that it don't work for you, it's like, and that white woman, that white woman is the white woman that you said was more relevant than Michelle Obama. That white woman is the person that here's the thing. When people get pregnant and you have sex, it's like, ooh, the condom broke. Ooh, like there's all of these things. But two of your last two kids were by in vitro. So these are decisions. These are like intentional decisions. Like that's doctor's appointments. That's sperm. This is intentional. This is not by accident. But yeah, the leather outfit, beyond it being just ridiculous, it I don't know, it just wasn't as like off-putting as I don't know, maybe he thought that it would be. Maybe it's off-putting. I don't know who it's supposed to affect. Maybe that's the thing. Like, I know it's supposed to get attention. I know he wanted to be at the top of the news feed, right? I get that. But like, What are the KKK mad? Like, how dare he appropriate our culture? Are the African diaspora all over the world like, oh no, this is bad? No. Because we know who you are. We know that's just a leather outfit. That's just a leather outfit. That ain't nothing but a leather outfit. That ain't nothing but a costume with no action behind that costume versus the KKK, where it was detrimental, disgusting and despicable actions behind that get up. And you're going to see at the start of the interview, Kanye come out in regular clothes. He come out in regular clothes and then he changed into the leather KKK outfit. He changed into the leather Kim, Chloe, and Kylie outfit. You already got the KKK. That's your in-laws. You got 5Ks, 6Ks. How many Ks is them over there? So the white KKKs, they not showing their face. They not showing their faces. Kanye, how you come out regular and then change into the monster? Who do that? Quotes around monster. Okay, let me pull up this part that I wanted y'all to see real quick. So he got on a Sean John outfit. I imagine in solidarity with Sean Puffy Combs. And he talks about that a lot in the interview. And he has on a swastika necklace, And here's the thing. Kanye don't, whatever.
How's everything with you, brother?
To a place of refuge right quick.
The legend, man. How do you stay out here?
I always be wondering, like, the people tasked to make this stuff for Kanye, right? Like, because here's the thing. I don't know, in the New York jury district, a lot of the jewelers are Jewish. A lot of the jewelers are Jewish, right? Are from the Jewish community. Even in Los Angeles, a lot of the jewelers from the jewelry district, from the diamond district are Jewish. So who made the swastika? Even y'all here, remember in hip hop, they were called Jacob the jeweler. What's Jacob? What type of name is Jacob? Jewish. So who made the diamond studded swastika? Who made it?
Your dog?
Which proves don't nobody really care about nothing but money. And I always be saying that.
I thought we were gonna do it at the warehouse.
I know, right? But I just decided I was supposed to leave yesterday, but then I was gonna do the interview with you yesterday, and I was doing it earlier, and blah blah.
Nah, I seen the online shit. I'm like, damn, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, so I just got like a little bit exhausted from that bullshit. It was just.
I get it.
That's the most minimalist hotel. So this is the part that I want you guys to see. You see Kanye leaves, he walks out, he grabs, the outfit is out there. The outfit is already prepped and ready to go. Now, he got on his all black, he got on his stuff already, which it was a reasonable interview to do, right? But maybe nobody would have really paid attention to this interview if he just kept on a t-shirt and the black jeans or the black pants, if he would have just kept on his like Yeezy gear, right? Maybe nobody would have even paid attention. And I don't know what that symbol is on the back of his t-shirt. I don't know what the symbol is. Maybe if you guys know what the symbol is, then you can put it in the comments. So then he goes and he changes into this black leather KKK, Kim, Chloe, Kylie outfit. So this is the moment that I wanted y'all to see. Yes, DJ Akademiks was privy that Kanye would have on an outfit like this. But when he walked out, the fact that he didn't flinch at all, I'm going to be honest with you. When he first walked out, I would have probably laughed. I would have, because it's like, you ever go to, this is what this moment reminded me of. You ever going out with your friend and you like, okay, girl, I'm gonna come pick you up. And then you go and she not ready. So you go upstairs and you just waiting for her to come out and get dressed. You waiting for her, you already dressed. You sitting on the couch. No matter what she come out with, you can't change your outfit because you're not at your house no more. You at her house, right? And so you got to wear what you got on. And then she come out and she got on an outfit that you just could not have even imagined. You didn't even expect it. And you like, so we don't look like we going to the same place. Yeah, let me see. How can I fix this? And she's sitting there looking at you with expectant eyes. Like, I mean, it's cute, right? It's cute. And you like, it's definitely gonna get attention. And then you try to do something to fix it, but you can't fix it. It's like, that's not what's happening in this video. But even when he's miking him up, right? It's like, I would've, cause he don't know the outfit is leather. I would have laughed when he walked out like, to be very honest with y'all, who I am, I would have probably said his line from N-Words in Paris. Because it's provocative. You trying to get the people going. I would have said that. I'll never forget when I was backstage at the BET Awards doing interviews. And I did interviews with a lot of people. Cardi B, Jamie Foxx, Stevie Wonder, Escape, A$AP Rocky, Trey Songz. But it's like people were hesitant to like interview, like they were hesitant. Like, it's like when you back there, you gotta really, even on red carpets, it's like you gotta really convince them, unless it's like a big publication. But it was backstage, it was the BET Awards, and it was for BET. So I don't know, but we had to really get people in. Like, if you not like nobody knew me, so it's like you don't know what I'm about to be saying or talking about, right? I think what helped me is that like I was attractive. I remember I interviewed at the time, it was like when Migos was like a big, like Bad and Bougie was out. And I think they came over because it's like, it's T. I had my little afro. And I was like, okay, so what is Bad and Bougie? Like, so what do you consider bad and bougie? And one of them was like, I think it was Quavo, who was like, I mean, it looked like you bad, but it looked like you know. And I was like, you better shut up, Quavo. Anywho, I'll never forget Trey Songz. When Trey Songz, and I know that there's a lot of controversy around Trey Songz. I don't need y'all in my comments talking about you know he's accused of this and that. I know. And I stand with Kiki. Okay, I know. I was about to do a podcast actually talking about how men grape, how men essay, and then I was like, I'd rather do that in my stand-up. I'd rather sort of try to navigate that in my stand-up in a comedy club where it's safe to like, whatever, it don't matter. Trey Songz is walking by. He just got off stage, and my other host, which was Chris Spencer, my co-host, which is comedian Chris Spencer, he was like, Trey Songz, it's Trey Songz. Get Trey Songz, right? And so somebody like a producer or something like that tries to get Trey Songz, and out of nowhere, I was like, which one of y'all? Which, I didn't even say it to him. I just started singing it to myself. I was like, which one of y'all going home with Trigger? When I tell you, Trey Songz went like this. He said, I said, I don't even know. He said, yo. And that's how we got the interview. So if Kanye would have walked out with that, I would have been like, oh, you trying to get the people going. I would have like my natural comedic mind would have pulled something from his catalog and called out what's happening. I ain't about to pretend like this is regular. As much as it has become a regular occurrence for you to do things that are simply to get the people going, I would have still had to be like, and then Mike in it, I would have been like, "Ooh, is this leather?" I would have said, remember in Coming to America when he was like, "What is it, velvet?" He was like, "Ooh, is that?" I'd have been like, "Ooh, is this leather?" I don't know. Yeah, how many? You sure you gonna be? I know this is a short interview, but do you want to turn on for the sound? I know we can't turn on the air for sound, but you sure? Because we about to be sweating in this leather, and you gonna have it on your face. You gonna do that the whole time? You sure? I mean, do what you're doing, but you sure? Because this is not a breathable fabric. This is actually skin to a living creature. That's if it was real. Now, if it was faux, you know it ain't breathable. Oh my God. Faux leather? Oh my God. You trying to suffocate. You putting leather on your face, you got to have a safe word. You got to have a safe word. Anyway. Long story long. I wasn't surprised. And I actually wasn't even alarmed by the outfit. And I just listened to the interview, the entire interview, and feel the exact same way. Yeah, he made some good points, but this is sad. I even listened to, I think last year, I listened to an interview with him and Candace Owens. It's like, yeah, y'all say a lot of stuff that makes sense, but y'all also say things that just, you can't get on board. You also say things that aren't, and really it's because the root of it is that it is so self-serving. Before I get out of here, we have an Ask Z. If you'd like to submit your Ask Z's, meaning you want to ask me a question to answer it on the podcast, it could be about anything. It could be a question about me. It could be a advice question. It could be anything. Please submit your Ask Z questions to the email address ZainabComedyVIP@gmail.com. ZAINAB comedy, COMEDY, VIP, very important person, which you are, @gmail.com. Okay, so this Ask Z came from, and I ain't even got to give them a name because they gave themselves, I don't have to give them an anonymous name because they gave themselves a name. This came from soon to be that slim thing. Okay. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, opinions, and funny takes every week. It would be so unreasonable for me to not tell you how much my cousin and I enjoy listening to the show. Thank you and your cousin. You, your mama, and your cousin too. It's that type of day, y'all. We just started watching Upload. Thank you. Better late than never. We just started watching Upload. I can't believe we're this late to the party. Me either. But thank you. I'm happy you made it. Okay, now for the juice. I'm on the juice. Steroids? Okay, now for the juice. I'm on the juice. My family and friend group are large. Sometimes when it's the punctuation, my family and friend group are large. When we get together, you'd think it was the Clumps reunion. So y'all out there being funny too, huh? You would think it's the Clumps reunion. Our New Year's resolution was to slim down by being more active and making healthier choices in our diet. I have been getting in my 10,000 steps most days, and I think now that it's getting warmer, I will be able to be more consistent. And I'm eating way less processed foods. That's wonderful. Congratulations. It sounds like you on a path. But now I feel like I know what the juice you meant. Now I know, I think. If I'm craving that Mickey D's, they actually spelled out Mickey D's. If I'm craving that Mickey D's, I make a cheddar burger at the crib. I know for damn sure they not putting no cheddar cheese on no Mickey D's burger. That's what I know. I don't know what cheese that is, but I know for sure it ain't cheddar. But I ain't been to McDonald's in a lifetime ago. My doctor told me I would most likely be approved for a weight loss drug, which would help in my journey. But when I shared the news with my cousin, she gave me a whole speech about the easy way out and has been upset with me for the past 2 days. I really want to try it. Is that unreasonable? I know she'll see this, so work your magic, girl. XOXO. Shut. One, and I think this is like a common conversation. People sort of give people who either lose weight or slim down by way of drugs or plastic, like medical procedures. They give them a hard time because it's like, oh, you taking the easy way out. I think, I think you already on a journey, right? Which is you saying that you now getting 10,000 steps is a lot to get in every day. That's a lot to get in every day. And I don't mean it's not impossible, but I think the fact that you are doing it, as you said, most days, and you're very mindful of it, and also optimistic for like the future, which is like, oh, and the warmer it gets, the more and more I'm going to be able to get these steps in. And the fact that you're already like cutting down your processed food and not just cutting down processed food. I'm actually happy that you said that you make a cheddar burger at the crib at home, because you can eat the same thing at a restaurant that you eat at home, and it may have less stuff in it at home because you know what you're putting in it. You know where you're getting the ingredients from. You know the salt content that you're adding. You know the sugar content that you're adding, et cetera, et cetera. So it already seems like that you are on the right journey. Like it already seems like you are taking the steps necessary to live a healthier lifestyle, regardless of how that shows up aesthetically for you, right? Your doctor suggests, also, I have to say this, you said it was your New Year's resolution. We just got into April. So if y'all was looking like the clumps every time y'all got together, that's I'm assuming that that's really big. So that means that this hasn't been enough time for you probably to see like significant results. Like I feel like I have friends who have gone through like drastic weight loss journeys, and they it'll be like they'll be down like 70 something pounds, or they've lost a total of like anywhere between 50 and 100 pounds. And it hasn't been like in a couple of months. It's like we'll look up at their consistency, and then a year has passed with them being consistent in the choices that they're making, in their day-to-day lives. And then we see you know what I'm saying? But it's not like, oh, it's 2, 3, maybe 4 months and I'm seeing a drastic change. And I think the same happens probably with like weight loss drugs as well, is that it's quicker, but still gradual. Now, if your doctor's saying that you will most likely be approved and it being the best option for you are two separate statements. I wish that you would have wrote in kind of why the doctor said that you would be approved. Like, did the doctor say you would be approved because you asked about it? Did the doctor say that you would be approved because they feel like that is a good course of action for you? Did they say you would be approved because you're actually diabetic or pre-diabetic or something like that? That would be helpful information in terms of my response. I do have a question in terms of your cousin. If your cousin is kind of like living the same lifestyle as you, the same size as you, y'all do stuff together, is your cousin not also eligible? Or is your cousin eligible and is against it? Like, it's like, no, I want to do it the natural way. If that's the case, then I think that different paths are, reasonable. I don't think that, okay, let me answer the question. If the question is it reasonable for you to take a weight loss drug? Sure. Absolutely. It's out there. It's as reasonable as us taking drugs to change other parts of our health. They tell us that these drugs are supposed to help us with this and help us with that, and we believe it. And so there's only scrutiny. Scrutiny only comes when people are trying to change their aesthetic because, and I say this truthfully, being a person that is more on the side of doing it the most natural way possible. But I'm also a person that even when I'm experiencing menstrual cramps, even when I'm experiencing migraines, I don't be taking over-the-counter drugs. I don't be taking none of it. I don't take none of it. The moment I have a migraine, I'm like, oh, okay, I've become addicted to coffee. And so now I have to go through the withdrawals, which are very painful. And I have to I have to really lessen my intake of caffeine. When I'm having menstrual cramps, I'm just like, I just be taking the pain. Like I know exactly what's causing the pain. But I'm that type of person because so for me, it's all across the board, right? But I don't look at people and feel like a very good friend of mine, and she is open about this and talks about this. She takes a weight loss drug and it has really helped her. And I watched her. I watched her go to the gym. I watched her change her eating. I watched her do that 2-3 times a week consistently for a year and drop a bit, but not have the drastic change that she desperately wanted to see in her life. And had a direct effect over the joy that she experienced, her happiness, her state of being, her emotional and mental state. And then she got on the drug and it really made the difference that she wanted to see. And so I think it's very reasonable. I think do your homework, make the choice this best for your health. I feel like with new drugs, and drugs that are not necessarily meant for one thing, but we're using it for one thing. Maybe people's argument, which is also a reasonable argument, is like, we don't know what the effects of all of these people getting on these Ozempics and Modernas and whatever other things it is called. We don't know what will be the effect of this 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, But as we're seeing, we're affected by things that we don't even have issue. There's people who die from cancer and it's from secondhand smoke, So I think it's really reasonable. Now, if you're asking, is it reasonable for your cousin to be upset with you? I think no, if you listening, cousin, I think it's a bit unreasonable unless y'all had a conversation and was like, no matter what, we are going to thug it out, and we are going to do this in the most natural way possible. Or if your cousin is saying like, it hasn't even been that long, like, can we try what we've been doing and stick to this and be consistent for 6 months at least, or a year before you go to this, if that's not like a conversation that you had, and maybe this just stems from maybe jealousy, or the fear of being like left out, then it is unreasonable. But it's like understandable. I understand where that comes from, but yeah, it is unreasonable. So if you're listening, cousin, if you ain't against it, girl, go. I don't know if it's guy or girl, but try to go get you some medication too if you want it. But if you're not against that, then if you are against that, if you ain't trying to have the medication, then just try to be open to accepting a person's separate paths. Let's see, what's a good example that I can... I want to be a huge success. I want to be a huge success. In my life, I have very specific goals. I want for people to not be able to have a conversation about comedy without mentioning my name. That is one of the things that I want, right? And I'm sure other people in the world that want that same thing. So if I was navigating this journey with a cousin or a close friend and we both wanted the same thing, and my cousin or friend was propositioned, right? Proposition, like, hey, you can sleep with this person. You can engage in a relationship with this person, a transactional sexual relationship with this person, and all of your wishes will be granted. And my cousin or friend decides to do that, but I can't and I won't. I just have to accept their journey. Now, part of accepting that is when they experiencing like a whole bunch of success and I'm like still thugging it out, I might have moments of like jealousy and regret and confusion. And it may be hard to be around them sometimes. That's the truth. But I would have to kind of settle with like, these are my beliefs. This is what I stand for. This is what I'm okay with doing with myself. And that's the only power that I have over self. And I have to be okay with them making the decisions that they think is best for their lives. As adults, we ain't talking about kids. You know what I'm saying? If we talk about kids and it'd be very different, I would say, no, sit your ass down. You ain't doing shit until you're a grown ass person and you could do what you want. But while you under my roof, you gonna do what I say. But I think that kind of talk to the advice that I can get with whether it's reasonable or unreasonable is talk to your cousin and try to figure out, uncover why. Because maybe they have some valid points that are really just in service of protecting you. Or maybe they have some things about themselves that need to be uncovered. Maybe they just feeling like left out. Maybe they want to go see a doctor. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that if y'all so close that y'all listening to this show and y'all watching Upload together and blah, 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 y'all get together and y'all be looking like the clumps, then it is just a conversation. In life, the people that we love the most are going to make different choices than we do. Even in the same situation, are going to make different choices than we make. Try to talk it out. Try to talk it out, even if at the end of the discussions, because it doesn't have to be one discussion, at the end of the discussions, you agree to disagree. Agree to disagree, but in love. I hope that helped. And good luck. Good luck with your journey. Okay, that's it for me. I'm going to get out of here. This has been I'm Reasonable with Zainab Johnson. Thank you so much for tuning in. I do believe that I will see you guys this weekend for the Weekend Live, so stay tuned for that. But until I see you guys again, go ahead and try to stay reasonable. Okay, bye.